Hi everyone! Welcome to Advanced Studio Classroom's Culture Chronicles. I'm your host Peter, and we're joined as always by Rebecca. Hello, Rebecca.
Hello, Peter. Hi everyone. Welcome. It's great to be here. Peter, where are we going today?
Well, Rebecca, glad you asked. Today we are going to the world of art. Contemporary modern art. We're going to Miami Beach, Florida for the Art Basel Art Fair. This is a fair in which, a gathering of artists and galleries, people who sell art, people who buy art, and they all get together and they look at the latest work of art that the artists have been making. And this happens December 5th through 7th in Miami Beach. So if you're going to be in the States around that time of month and you're an art fan, you might want to check it out, see what's happening in the world of contemporary art. Rebecca, what's the last time you went to a museum?
The last time I went to a museum, probably a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yes, probably a couple years ago. But I actually have been to Art Basel, and that Art Basel was in Hong Kong.
Nice.
I wasn't planning to go, but it just happened I was in Hong Kong during the time, and I thought, why not? And it was amazing. They have a lot of works by leading artists from all over the world.
Great, great. Yeah, Art Basel is called Art Basel after the Swiss city Basel. That's where it began, originally just Art Basel, but then they expanded to Art Basel Hong Kong, Art Basel Paris, and Art Basel Miami Beach. So we're going to tell you a little bit about that today, give you some English vocab along the way to practice on, but we're also going to show you a couple of arts, the type of art that you could see at an Art Basel fair, particularly Art Basel Miami Beach. Our first picture of a fairly well-known artist, we think, Pablo Picasso. And this is a self-portrait that Picasso did of himself. If you've ever seen a photograph of Picasso, you can see he really nailed those big dark eyes that he has. But of course, Pablo Picasso, one of the most influential Western painters anyway of the 20th century, and his work has been shown sometimes at Art Basel Miami Beach. Now, there is work at the fair from 250 galleries from around the country, from around the world, painting, photographs, film, digital art. But there is also something happening concurrently to the Art Basel Miami Art Fair. Concurrently means to happen at the same time as something else. And Rebecca and I are sitting in this studio concurrently. We're both doing it at the same time here. But Rebecca, do you know what this concurrent thing that is going to be happening during the Art Basel Miami Festival?
There's actually a lot of other art fairs that are happening concurrently at the same time as Art Basel. And these include Scope, NADA, and there's a couple more. They're all in the greater Miami area. So it's a great time for art fans. You can go to all of these art fairs when you're in that place at that time. Right,
and there's even a word to describe these other art fairs happening concurrently, and that word is satellite. Not the first word you might think of. We normally think of satellites as something up in space, studying the Earth in some kind of way, but satellite in this sense means connected to a larger body of some kind. And the larger body, in this case, is Art Basel Miami. This big festival, Art Basel is a pretty big festival, comes into town, and so smaller galleries, smaller arts organizations see this as a good time to give displays and presentations of their own and act as satellites to the big Art Basel mothership, you might say, so that everyone gets to see more art, and it all works out great that way. Satellite. Use of the word we don't always hear that much, but it's out there. You'll hear it sometimes. Okay, let's take a look at another artist that you might see the work of at Art Basel Miami. This is the work of the artist Keith Haring. Keith Haring, like Pablo Picasso, is passed on, but he's a very popular, very influential artist in the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s. He's known for this very simple, sort of visually simple kind of art, but which is also very expressive, very emotional. He's popular in early hip-hop culture. You'll see his works sometimes in the form of graffiti on buildings. I used to live in New York City. You would sometimes even see it in the subway station. So Keith Haring, a very highly regarded contemporary artist whose work will still appear at fairs like Art Basel, Miami Beach. Speaking of Miami Beach, though, Rebecca, have you ever been to Miami Beach?
No, and I was thinking Linda should be on the program today because she's from Miami and Miami is home to her. But no, I have never been to Miami, but I've seen a lot of Miami in the movies and on TV.
Exactly. The Miami, very popular spot for movies and TV shows. And just to give you a little insider knowledge here, Miami and Miami Beach are actually two separate towns. They're like literally right across the water from each other. So if you talk about one, you're often talking about the other. But they are, for legal purposes, Miami Beach is a different place from Miami. And there is, like Rebecca was saying, great attraction of the whole Miami area for Hollywood, for wealthy people, for people who like the sun. It's very pretty there, lovely beaches, and you have shows being shot there like the TV shows Miami Vice back from the 1980s. What's another? Oh, CSI Miami. More recent one. And a movie series too, the Bad Boys movie series with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. All of those are shot in and around Miami Beach. And one of them, the Miami Vice show, has an interesting word in it, vice. Miami, we know what that is. But Rebecca, what's vice?
Well, vice just means bad stuff. This is like all the bad stuff that you could do. Like evil stuff, bad stuff, that's all your vices. Bad habits, all included in vices.
Right. So Miami Vice, since it's a police show, it's a cop show, it means the part of the department of the police, in this case, that works undercover to get drug dealers. That's one form of vice. But the vice department in any police station, in any city, deals with prostitution, drug dealing, sort of the lower kind of street level crime, as opposed to big bank robberies or political corruption or something like that. Vice also can mean, of course, assistant, the vice president of something. But in this case, it's vice in the sense of bad behavior, things that are bad, human vice, as opposed to virtue, which is all good behavior, all good things. Okay, we got one more vocab word for you here connected to our whole Miami and Art Basel fair production here, and that word is snowbird. Another word like satellite, that maybe we don't immediately think of when we think about art, or even Miami Beach, snowbird. But nevertheless, Rebecca, what is snowbird and how does it apply to talking about Miami Beach?
There are a lot of snowbirds who live in Florida or in Miami. And snowbirds are people who their real home is in somewhere much colder. Yeah. It could be in Canada, it could be in New York, places that are very cold and snow during the winter. So during the winter, like snowbirds, they actually move to Miami during the winter, or they move to a hotter climate or a place like Arizona. And then they enjoy the winter there. And once spring comes, they fly back to their hometowns. So just like birds who migrate during the winter, human snowbirds, they migrate during the winter as well.
Right. So, technically it's a snow human, but it's easier to say snowbird. And bird, of course, because birds migrate and fly back and forth with the change in weather. And these humans do the same thing. All right, we're almost done here, but let's give you one more picture, one more form of art that you can see at a place like Art Basel, Miami. Yes, believe it or not, this is art. This actually was on display in Art Basel, Miami in 2019. It's by a slightly lesser known artist than Pablo Picasso. His name is Maurizio Cattelan. And this is exactly what you see. It is a banana duct taped to a blank wall. And that's it. He put that up as a display at the Art Basel 2019 Miami Fair and titled it, he gave it a title like every painting usually has. He called it Comedian. Comedian, Rebecca, what's a comedian?
Comedian is someone who tells funny jokes, and they do it for a living.
Yeah. So in a way, this was him, the artist Maurizio Cattelan, kind of having fun with the whole idea of art and contemporary art and saying, okay, I'm taking a banana, I'm duct taping it to a wall, and I'm going to call it art. This work of art sold for about $2 million because it just triggered something in people. They got into it and they said, yes, I want that, I want to own it, I love the idea. $2 million. So think about that next time you look at your bananas. But for now, Rebecca and I have to go and attend to another art exhibit that we're going to somewhere. So everybody stay cool. Come back next month. We'll have another topic for you and another chance to practice your English. For now, I'm Peter.
I'm Rebecca, saying goodbye. Bye-bye.